Okay, so if we try to, use the crystal ball here and try to understand where we are going in terms of AI and automation, right? The broad question here is, what is your view? How do you see the future? And more importantly, how would you measure success, right? If I am a CIO and I'm suddenly on point and accountable for this AI wave or tsunami, I should say, how would you define success in the future?
I always try to compare this like when we're looking at the future with us as humans, because we as humans want to achieve a state of self-sufficiency, let's call it, and self-improvement. So I would see that we are reaching that stage with AI and automation. I'm thinking about AI systems that will monitor themselves, right? Identify the problems, being able to fix them automatically. So you won't need to have downtime, you won't need to raise IT tickets, you won't need to go through that space. So it's a little bit of the self-automation side because you're solving those problems. And it's also very important. But I'm also thinking on the fact that sometimes it's maybe about understanding how we can automate the automation. And one of the challenges that I see is related to the metrics, because right now we need to redefine all of the way we're thinking of it. Is it about commoditizing automation and making sure that we can deliver more in a shorter time span? Is it about the way we're going to measure accuracy? Because I'm thinking about monitoring error rates, rework percentages, right? Because if you have this kind of systems, you're going to look at this type of metrics. But I'm even thinking on, because I mentioned the self-healing systems, I'm thinking about the mean time to resolution. Maybe you want to measure like how long does it take for a system to identify and resolve a problem on its own. So you as a CIO, anyone as a CIO will have one big job in actually being able to redefine metrics that will apply for automation and AI in this new brave world, let's call it. But it's not something that right now we would be probably to pinpoint and say, yes, these are the metrics that will lead you to success.
Yeah, yeah, and it's very interesting, right? The way I look at it is there's a level of maturity that we are going to achieve, and the way to tell that we have industrialized the technology is when the technology is becoming simple, not only simple to use, not only simple to deploy, but also simple to manage. And that's something that is absolutely critical as we scale. There's billions of gigabytes being generated on the planet on a yearly basis. This is fueling the automation, is fueling the AI. So we're not gonna get less, we're gonna get way more. And for me, in the future, once we reach a certain level of maturity, once the technology is fully industrialized, exactly what you said, right? We are dreaming of a self-managed, self-automated, self-healed solution. Because again, what we see today and what we've seen in the past is that it takes a little bit of effort. Then depending on the technology, depending on the integration, it takes a lot of effort to run and maintain, those solutions, right? So as we go into the future, as the maturity increase, as the frameworks get defined, and the management platform becomes available, what we are going to see is a lot more simplicity in using, scaling, and supporting those solutions, right? So I think we are going in that direction, and I'm sure there will be, a number of breakthrough here. The same way, I don't know what I can think of, but the same way it was a crazy 20-30 years ago to install a sound card on a PC. Now, this is absolutely not even a subject of conversation, right? So what we are going to see is that all the headaches that we have, all the operational headaches that we have, all the concern that we have around automation and AI will somehow disappear as we move towards a higher level of maturity.